All right, Saints are giving this zero look, as you can see right here. Okay, so here's Marcus Maye, and he has the 2, which just happens to be DeAndre Hopkins. Here's all matched, and they got 7 in the box. So it looks like they're all essentially coming. So it's essentially a zero look, which is match man. Tannehill knows this. We're going to clean this up. And we know Marcus Maye, since he has the inside guy, they got to shift to single high after the snap because it's not a 0. They don't bring 7. They don't bring 6 either. So since it's a 3-by-1 look, low man has to get deep, and deep man has to play him under. Okay, so you're essentially going to bracket the number 2 receiver, which is DeAndre Hopkins. We're going to run it, and we're going to run it in slow motion to see how this works. There's the match. And Marcus Maye undercuts the route as they got him low and high. Good coverage. All right, Saints are doing this again. And this time it's kind of confirmed it's going to be man from the get-go. Saints are not giving away their leverage anyway. And since they're off of the hash, as you can see, the ball is on the right hash. And Marcus Maye is off of it. So since he is off of it, he's going to try to hug the hash. And anybody that comes into his zone, he will double. He is essentially the extra man in the coverage since it is man. And they will switch into a single high coverage. So we're going to clean this up so you can see the play develop. And oddly enough, they bracket DeAndre Hopkins again. This is very, very well called. As you can see, Marcus Maye actually calls for his man to take him high as he takes him low. They got him covered. Intercepted. Very, very nice play. Great coverage by the Saints. All right, this is a much more important play than you would know if you saw this game and you saw this play live. Here's Marcus Maye. He is single high in this right here. You could count the numbers on this side of the formation. Titans have the numbers. They're going to run reverse, which is going to make Marcus Maye the force player, meaning he's the only guy unaccounted for. That man must make the tackle 100% of the time. If not, you just don't have a defense. So let's run it and see how the play develops. Running man in motion. And here's the handoff, and we're going to stop it right here. As you can see, the only man unaccounted for. By the way, this is Aaron Brewer, Dolphin center. He kind of misses his block, but he slows his man down. I don't know why he was trying to block him, because you usually leave the front side defensive end unblocked because you're just going to outrun him to the corner with your wide receiver on the reverse. But they have numbers on all of this. As you can see, Tyrann Mathieu is completely washed out. There is one player, Marcus Maye, who must make this tackle as the force player on this play. He comes downhill, squares him up, gets the angle, finishes the tackle. All right, this is cover 6. And here's DeAndre Hopkins again. This is why I picked this game, by the way. And this 3-by-1 formation against cover 6. Remember, Ryan Tannehill does not know it's cover 6 at this point. He will know it at the point of the snap. They're going to try to stretch it. And since this is the field side, that's where you know you have quarters, right? So the field is divided into two halves on this side of the hash. So if you run a receiver into the intermediate zone, you can isolate the field side safety. Okay? So since you're isolating the field side safety, you're going to do it with DeAndre Hopkins. That's where the play is designed to go. So what does Marcus Maye do? Well, let's run it. Good call, by the way, on the offensive end as they manage to get what they want. There's DeAndre Hopkins. That's where Tannehill's looking. He has to pull it down because Marcus Maye jumps the route and takes away DeAndre Hopkins. Great play. All right, here the Saints get 7 men committed to the box, and they flow on the play action. They have 2 underneath. They have 2 deep. It's essentially a complete mess as far as their coverage goes. They're a match man. They run 2 guys on the flag, and Marcus Maye is essentially calling for a switch, but he has to come off of his man to take the deepest man, and ends up making a play by being Johnny on the spot. So we're going to run it. I'm also going to stop it so you could see what really, really bad recognition is like. So you can see Tannehill's already out of his mesh point on the play action, and it's 2 routes out on 2 deep. So Marcus Maye just has to get deep, but he's going to have to shadow his man across the formation. This is a bad defensive play call. They get away with it, but he makes a good play to come off of his man and be Johnny on the spot when the play is made. As you can see, comes off of his man, ball's tipped, intercepted. Very nice play. All right, Saints have a very talented defense, but they don't always get their run fits right. And this is inside zone here, and when you have inside zone here, you could see the numbers. Okay. All right. This man should take up 2 gaps. Here's your flow linebacker. He's actually the fill. He's reading outside, and he's reading this gap, right? Your force player is Marcus Maye. So, and this is why I think he'll play high in the Dolphins system, and he will allow Jordan Poyer to play dime linebacker on 3rd down in their 3 safety sets. So we're going to run this play, and we're going to stop it to see how the fits work. It's inside zone with a pretty good running back in Miles Sanders, as you can see. Makes the 1 cut. And as you can see, the fill linebacker, we're going to highlight him right here, which is Warner. He gets caught up with a guard, and he's getting essentially washed out. This man doesn't fulfill his run fit. Defensive line gets mauled, and we now have Marcus Maye with one of the fastest running backs in football. He's essentially left all alone. He has to make this play. And he does. Prevents a touchdown. Here he is again in match man, as you can see. He's going to allow for a little bit of space as they're essentially going to, 2-man this thing, okay? So farthest man is going to call the numbers here, all right? So it's very, very simple. This is to the field side, so it is match man. This guy goes out, then this man gets deep, this man comes in, then this man comes in to close out the passing lane as Matthew gets deep. Let's clean this up because there's several permutations to this. you're essentially matched, okay? So you're not going to follow the man across the formation. So if he comes in, he has to leave and he has to get him deep and then he picks him up. Same thing the other way. This is a corner out. Then this man has to get deep as this man gets the intermediate. And Tyrann Mathieu has to hug the hash. So it's not really that complicated. It's just match man. You're covering your man into your zone. So Marcus Maye has space. And he's going to read this play. And he's going to make a really eye-popping, eye-catching play. One of the better plays made all of last season by a safety on an isolated route. Look at him come in. Makes the catch. Intercepted. Great play. So let's see this catch again. Badgett actually looks off his man. Great play.